Welcome, welcome, welcome to another day of Tea Time with Tea. And we are going to bring some good tea today. So, we are going to be talking about what are your goals for this year. And we are going to be talking about what's your motivation to achieve them. So, this year, we want to make this year a year to remember. We want to make sure that we stamp this year as a year that I achieved so many things that I had put forth in my life that I wanted to achieve. But in order to achieve your goals, you have to set some goals. You got to set some mile markers. You got to set those points. You got to set something up so that way you're able to achieve those goals in a reasonable amount of time and being realistic and also making sure that you are keeping it right there in the forefront of your mind and keeping it right there in the forefront of your vision. So what you can see, you can believe, but the body does whatever the mind believes. So that's a firm belief that I have. Your body doesn't know any different than what your body says it's going to do. Today's live is sponsored by Hand Crack. So if you have not had any hand crack yet, you want to get your ass out of here and you want to go ahead and you want to purchase some hand crack. It's right there scrolling at the bottom and use the discount code Just Niche and save on your order. So order it online, ships right to your doorstep, or you can pick it up at the store location in Chicago, Illinois. If you are not in Chicago, do not fret. We will mail it right to your homes. Just give us the address and we're going to mail it to you. So today we have a guest today, and today's guest is a co-owner of ASAP Heating and Cooling, and we are going to ask him some questions so that you can better get to know the brand and you can start shopping with them so that they can fulfill the needs that you have. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, hey.
So, we're going to start by having you tell us your name and giving us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Richard Reed. I'm a serial entrepreneur. It's in my blood. I pride myself on being a lifelong learner. Uh, I grew up on the south side of Chicago, Woodlawn specifically. Uh, Proud father, and I guess that's about it.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. So, you're familiar with Chicago, which is
Absolutely.
great, and you grew up in Chicago, which is great. So, tell us the name of your business. I know people can see it at the bottom of the screen. The name of your business and what services you provide.
So the name of the business is ASAP Heating and Cooling, ASAP. We do a variety of different things. We do heating and air conditioning mainly. We install furnaces, air conditioners, hot water heaters. We maintain systems. We work with a lot of management companies, but the bulk of our customership is through residential homeowners.
Okay, so homeowners is the most so who's an ideal? I know you got the homeowners that know about you and the
Mhm.
homeowners that have been tapping in, but who's your ideal customer? Who all can shop with you in case they think that they can't shop with you just because they're only a homeowner or they're just a homeowner? Who else can shop with you?
Like I said, we work with homeowners. We even work with some tenants. I just left a actual tenant because a landlord was taking too long to get to our heat, and so we go out and we'll work with just about anybody. We do commercial, like commercial, really, but we've been on some commercial projects. We work with property management firms. So I mean, we work with a variety of different. Customers. If they have a furnace or a system, we are definitely willing to take a look at it.
Okay. So our next question is your brand and your company active in the community?
Yeah, I believe we are active in the sense that we started mainly because we saw a need in the community. We worked for one of the larger companies in the Midwest. Honestly, we worked for them collectively for around between all of the three partners, probably for a good 22, 23 years collectively. And what we noticed that in our community where we weren't being treated right, and we saw a need for us to come into the community and try to find, give good customership, give good service, and be able to provide some reasonable pricing along with a sense of honesty for the consumer, the African American consumer to be specific. So we felt like we felt are fulfilling that niche.
Okay. Okay. So, if you are looking to have, so the reason I really wanted to have you on before we get to this next question is because we find ourselves in the winter time, in the dead of summer, with either a heating issue in the dead of winter, it's freezing outside, and we want to know who can come fix this,
Right.
who can come install if I need a new one, who can service this. And then we find ourselves in the dead of summer. It's the hottest day of the year, and we don't have any AC, and we
Right.
need to have somebody come out and fix it. So I wanted to make sure that people knew that you guys are out here fixing and making sure that people have their heating in the wintertime and they have their cooling in the summertime. And that way they can start to hit you guys up so that you can come and repair their units and you can come and do the service that they need. So, our next question is, do you have any specials that are coming up or actively right now? Do you have any specials? You don't have to have any, but do you have any?
You specials, we don't have any true specials. We always say though that one of the things we do is that during the wintertime when we notice that we've noticed sometime that we have a lot of our seniors who run into issues where they might not have the necessary funds, or they might can't get, like I said, an honest person out there. So during the winter we particularly try to help out with what we can do with seniors, and many times that even come with, we might show up to the job and we've had people call us and say, hey, my mom's furnace or something is not working, she's got limited funds. And if we go over there and it's not a really big issue, we'll service that furnace for free. We don't tell them out front, we look over it, and then as soon as we get there we start assessing that and saying like, look, this is something that our way of giving back, and so I think that's one of the things we do during the wintertime a lot, is try to get help out to the seniors, the ones who are in the most need.
Okay, that's great. And now I would like to know, and everybody would like to know, how can people get in contact with you? How can they find you?
So I mean, you can we have Instagram. You can reach us at Instagram. I think it's at ASAP Heating and Cooling. We
Hmm.
have Facebook. It's ASAP Heating and Cooling. Uh, we have a website. It's asapheatandcool.com. On that website, you should be able to go there and sign up for a appointment. You can call us. You can get me direct at my business number at 312-843-0821, or you can reach my partner Byron at 773-885-5925.
Okay, that is great. So I have it at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Um, you guys can now, if you have not been able to find somebody, now you have that resource where you can get somebody in, get your heating and cooling unit. And I know it's wintertime, so you want your heat fixed. You want to get that done. So reach out to them now, text or call, so that way you can go ahead and get service.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh my goodness, this is great. Okay, so we're going to have a conversation right now, and you are welcome to stay
Okay.
if you like. You are welcome to stay,
Okay.
and we are going to talk about these topics. So, would you like to stay? You're not committed to have to stay. If you like to stay, I would definitely love for you to, if that's something you would like to do.
Yeah, I hang around.
Okay, so today's topic is, and just chime in when you get ready, what are your goals for this year? So I'm going to talk a little bit about goals. What are the benefits of goal setting? And then we can chime in on like basically some things that we've used that have been very helpful to us. And a lot of times I really like for our entrepreneurs, business owners to talk about this because um, there has been some learning during the process of having a business. There's been some goals that you had to set and achieve during the process of owning a business. And there's been some tunnel vision and laser focus that has happened during the time that you owned a business in order to achieve the goals that you look to achieve. And a lot of times people need to hear about that so that they can be encouraged and they can know that, hey, I can achieve my goals. So, the benefits of goal setting. And I'm getting this straight from the WWW World Wide Web. I'm just letting y'all know I do a little research and we got some of these facts in here. So, goal setting, benefits, motivation gives you, goals give you a purpose. Goals help you focus, better productivity. Goals can increase confidence. Ooh, who want to increase their confidence? Because some people are shy when it comes to approaching somebody just to give them their business card. They shaking in their boots just to give somebody their business card and tell them about what it is that they have to offer. Goals can motivate employees to perform. So if you have some goals, you can motivate your employees to perform better by setting goals. Personal goals. So you definitely want to always have a personal goal. Reduce stress, commitment, and focus. Goals give you personal satisfaction. Whoever would have thought that goals can give you personal satisfaction?
Yeah.
Are any of these sounded like things that you used or, that you can relate to?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think any most entrepreneurs, I ain't gonna say any, but most entrepreneurs, we are goal setters, right? We come in and we say, "Hey, I want to do this, but I want to be here by this time," you know. And if you don't have those type of goals, you're really not going to be able to push the envelope forward for your business, right? I'm not. If I came in this year, I made 100,000. I got to be setting that goal for next year to say I'm gonna be at 200, 300,000, and how am I going to reach that goal, right? What's manageable for that time frame?
Mm-hmm. And then you have to say, okay, how many appointments do I need to have, or how many people do I need to service in this amount of time? We are not wishing that your heat go out. We're not wishing on you, but it's inevitable when you buy a unit
Yeah.
that it doesn't last a lifetime,
Right.
and you want to be able to service it. Oh, do you mind if I ask you a question about heating units? How often should somebody get it serviced?
Well, we always say that you should get it. You should. So depends on if you got a air conditioner and a furnace attached to it. Some people might only have a furnace, but if you have a furnace, you really should only have to get it done at the beginning. We always start doing what we call cleaning checks in like October, and we
Mm-hmm.
come out, we service it, we try it out, make sure that when November come and you really need it, it don't just conk out on you, right? But if you
Mm-hmm.
got if you have a AC attached with it, we do biannual, right? We do the October cleaning check for the furnace portion, and then we do like a May, June cleaning check for the AC portion.
So you want to get your cleaning check twice a year. So we had
Mhm.
October and April, right? So
Yeah,
April is right before you had a real hot days that start to pop up for you. And then October is right before those cold days start to set in before what they call them, old man winter.
old
It's
man
a
winter. Yeah, yeah.
old man winter show up, you
And I
know.
and I give out one other tidbit that I like to tell people.
Mhm.
You should change that filter. That filter is way more important than people believe. You change that filter. We say once a month. I know that you get these filters and they say change it 3 times every 3 months. Now you can't do that because by the time you see that filter again, it's black and it's not giving airflow to that furnace. And that's one of the big things of us coming out, just changing the filter on like a day when it's 12 degrees outside. You've been freezing for 2 days, and it's because the filter was dirty.
See, so hey, he giving y'all some tips that he ain't got to give y'all. I'm
Yeah,
just
right.
saying.
Exactly.
So this was for the free 99. So I
Exactly.
hope you're listening to these tips that he's giving for the free 99, because once you make that phone call
It's
to
not free no
ASAP
more.
Heat and Cooling,
It ain't
and
free
they
no
got to gas that truck up at 2 o'clock in the morning because you were cold in there with the babies,
more.
guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to pay that invoice.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'd rather be paying it to somebody that I know knows their stuff than to be calling somebody and they don't even come out and you then sent them a deposit or something like that. So we want to make sure that we're getting our heating and AC units. If it's a combined unit, twice a year. If it's only a single unit, minimum once a year, you want to get it checked out, get that maintenance, get that checkup, get that approval. Like, yep, I'm good.
Yep.
Yes. So we're gonna talk about some more about these so about this goal setting. Like, what is it about goal setting that's good? So planning, it saves time. Anything can be a goal. What can be a goal? Anything can be a goal. Anything. So I had a goal of just having better, and I know it may seem weird, but I like to have good dental health. I want my teeth to look good. I said
Good.
I want to keep the teeth that I was like my second, once they shed and you get them again, because their second set, that's all you get. You don't get
Right.
no more. So I
Right.
was like, I want to keep these as long as I possibly can. I want to have my teeth in my mouth. So I went to the dentist recently and I'm like, Doc, give it to me straight. How long these gonna last me? So I got a goal about making sure that my dental is on point. So if I'm gonna spend $1 million on anything, I'm definitely gonna have $1 million smile, because I know that people like to shop with people that look good. They can say what they want, but they like to shop with people that look good. Is that true?
I mean, your appearance matters, right? The first thing somebody go see when you show up for us, right? The best thing I could do is smile when I see it. I smile no matter how frustrated the customer is, right? Because it lighten the atmosphere for us, right? So as soon as I show up, I'm like, it's cool. It's gonna be all right. Just let me do what I do. It's gonna be all right. So I'm giving them that smile. I'm calming them down. And yeah, I think definitely your appearance matters for sure when you're dealing with people.
Yeah, so I'm willing, and I'll spread them appointments out if I need to, and do whatever needs to happen so that I can make sure that my dental is on point. So that's a little fun fact about me that y'all can look. That's part of my goal setting, and that's my anything can be a goal. So definitely keeping that part of me on point. Um, and then I started tongue scraping. So if you've been having some issues, the older we get, you know, things sit in your mouth for a while, then it can cause bad breath. And I was looking up halitosis and how long, it goes. And, you want to make sure that you get you a tongue scraper and start using that as a daily habit twice a day. And that's going to help you. I mean, I'm all about this, my self care, healthcare journey. And that's part of
Mhm.
self care, is making sure that if you're going to be talking to people, you want your breath to be fresh. You don't want to be offensive. So to have a cute smile and some hot breath, that ain't gonna work either. So I had to make sure I was on point. Benefits of monitoring your goals. So once you set these goals, you want to make sure you're monitoring these goals. How often should you go back and check and monitor your goals? How often should you monitor your goals? I don't know what your goal is, but the more often you monitor it, the better chance you have of achieving the goal. That's the way I perceive it, and that's what I think about it. So I don't know if you're willing to share your experience with setting a goal, and how often did you check back on that goal or do some checks and balances, and did you achieve the goal faster when you checked and balanced, more often, or have you had the experience where you didn't check and balance more often, and you achieved that goal? Was it the same amount of time?
Well, I won't say it's the same amount of time, right? Because if we not keeping ourselves in check, it ain't gonna happen, right? You gotta kind of go back and look at what the goal is, and how far you've progressed, right? Because if you're not making yourself accountable. If you just set the goal and go on about your, now you ain't making yourself accountable. I will say this. My goal right now, I've had a goal. I've been working on getting my real estate license, right? And Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And the truth of the matter is that I went last week, took the test. I passed the national portion and failed the state portion by 3, right? So
Mhm.
now I'm like, I got to get on it. I'm this close. I got to get on it. So what my goal is now was to pass that state test. And so to keep myself accountable and everything, every day I've been taking practice tests for the state test, right? And so, yeah, I'm making sure because before, uh, leading up to it, I wasn't as diligent as I should have been, and that's why I probably failed past part and failed the other part, right? So now I'm like, okay, let me get on it and let me hold myself accountable. So every day I spend some time towards that, checking it and taking tests and I'm hoping to go back, and my goal is to go back before this month end and take that second part and pass it.
All right, congratulations. You know what? I know, and this is something that I have mentors and they've been telling me they don't even realize how much information I've been soaking up for them. But what they tell me is that once you get that license and you get ready to sell, help somebody either sell a house or help somebody buy a house. One thing that they don't ask you is how many times did you take the test. All they care is
Right.
that you got the license.
Yeah.
All they care
Yeah.
is that you got the license.
Yes.
And I know somebody who was going for a license and they took the test over 7 times.
Yeah.
And we celebrated her just like it was the first time she took it and passed it, because the fact is she stayed true to herself and she went and did the work that was needed so that she can get that license. Not everybody can say they have a real estate license.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said too, one of the main things is this: it don't matter how many times you got knocked down; it matter how many times you got back up.
As long as you get, yes, that's the part, because you don't take it as a a defeat. You take it as a lesson learned. And
Yeah.
every time you don't achieve the goal in the way that you wanted to achieve it, you learn something new every time. You get some resources, there's a lesson learned, there's a pivot, a shift. You learn something new each time. So you got to take those lessons as blessings and use them to support yourself. So
Mhm.
there's a reason. And
Yep.
you never know, sometimes it's a connection that needs to be made. And when you go back that next time to take that test, I guarantee you're going to meet somebody that
Hmm.
you would have never met had you not had to go back again.
Yeah.
And that's always been the case for me, being able to, be connected to somebody that I needed to be connected to. So it was a blessing in the midst of what was going on.
Yeah.
Clarity to decision making, effective goal setting questions. So make sure you're asking yourself some effective goal setting questions. So if it's so I always talk about like health and wellness, and I talk about financial too. So if it's a health and wellness goal, and let's just say, and everybody runs to the gym in January, and then by mid February, crickets. I mean, ain't
Yeah.
nobody up in there. I
Yeah.
mean, for real, like, let's be honest. And those people that go to the gym all the time, they call them gym rats. They know when they see all the newbies coming in, like, they taking all the machines again. It's the beginning of
Yeah.
the year.
Yep.
And if you don't, like like they say, slow but steady wins the race. So I used to be one of those people back in the day when it came to my physical health goals. I used to be like, I'm gonna work out at home, and if I can consistently work out at home for a minimum of 30 days, then I'll go get a gym membership. So I was one of those people, and I had a family member tell me, "Well, why you cheating? Just go get the gym membership." I was like, "I don't want to pay a gym membership if I'm not going to show up for myself every day that I'm supposed to show up for myself." So I started out by working out at home first for those 30 days. Now, if I could consistently do it for 30 days at home and I don't even have to leave the house, now when it's time to leave the house and go do some working out, then I could guarantee myself that I'm going to show up for myself going to the gym. So I think that that was an effective goal setting method, because I didn't have to spend any money to work out right there at home first.
Yeah.
And then I spend some money, once I know that, hey, I've committed to this.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I didn't waste, I didn't wasted the membership. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, I
I was,
have to. I started out good. I was going every morning before work. I was paying the gym membership, going every day before work, worked out, took my shower, then headed to work. Um, I did at the time. I was pregnant, so that's what caused me to stop going as much. And I was like, oh man. And then once after you had a baby, it's like I gotta go take care of the baby. I ain't got time for this. So I wasted my gym membership in that way, and then I got back on track. But I found different ways to exercise, and you don't always have to get a gym membership. If
no,
you live within walking distance of a park, go to the park, walk around the park. Um, if you have a jump rope, if you have a hula hoop, if you have a yoga mat. I mean, YouTube University works for a lot of things. We on YouTube right now. Come on now, for real. We on YouTube right now. I know we're on Facebook. You got different Facebook groups. You got different Instagrams. Cause I follow certain hashtags and I get a full workout off that hashtag. Somebody will
yeah,
go live for certain minutes. Yeah.
no, and I agree about because I always what I once I waste that membership, I got another membership and I did use it. But what I started doing is that I created a workout that I can always do wherever I'm at without
Mm.
no kind of gym equipment. Right, I can do this workout in my house. If I'm out on traveling, I can do this workout. But again, that's once you got to get your mindset right too, right? A lot of this is about mental. Like, am I going to commit myself to this task, my goal? Am I going to commit myself to this goal? And what are those steps? Once you become determined about something, it's going to be hard to stop that train once you get determined about it. So you got to be steadfast, saying like, hey, look, I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna eat right today. I didn't turn. I'm like most people. I did the same thing. New Year's resolution: lose weight. I've been turning down cakes and cookies all ever since the new year.
Oh, and it's almost Valentine's Day, and it was just, oh my goodness, it
It's
it be rough. It be
always
rough.
something.
Yes, and you say, and every time somebody say, "I'm gonna start tomorrow," start today, start
Yes,
right now, throw it in the garbage.
yeah, that's what
Drink
everything
some
start
water.
today. With
Yeah.
everything, start today. Don't start tomorrow.
So it's like when you make your goals, and even with in my commitment to this, I actually planned this out years ago. It may not seem like I planned this out over 3 years ago. I was supposed to start this.
Okay.
And then I was I was doing some other things, and I started doing my self-care journey a few years ago, around that time. And then I started sharing my self-care journey last year. And then I was looking at all of the people who inspire me. If they never shared their story, if they never shared the road that they're going on and the things that they've encountered and the struggles that they've had, the tests and trials that they've had, I wouldn't have gotten the information, or I wouldn't have had the example that was led by them for me, a blueprint for me to follow.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now the biggest reason I share is because you never know who you're blessing when you share your trials, tribulations, your testimony. You never know who you blessing. You never know who's watching. You never know whose life you're changing when you do that. And it's not for me to say, oh well, I'm gonna keep this to myself. No, that's why we're put here, to bless others, to bless those who are coming after us.
Right. There's no gatekeeping over here.
Oh no, whatever information I have, I'm gonna give you the sauce. Cause guess what? What they say, batteries not included. So I give you the information. Hustle sold separately.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Drive sold
Yeah,
separately.
exactly.
Determination sold separately. So I can give you the sauce, but it's all about how you. So that is one of the things. So today I was actually listening to this lady, And I was like, oh my goodness, she is speaking so into my life when it comes to goal setting. It's like you want to make sure, and I listen to ET a lot too now, and I feel like I've been locked in a remote tunnel because I only stumbled upon ET like
You talking about Eric Thomas?
yeah, not even I stumbled upon him not even a year ago. I haven't
Yeah,
been knowing about ET, and I
yeah,
don't know what rock I've been under.
yeah,
However, I just stumbled upon ET within the
yeah.
last 12 months. And the only thing that made me stumble upon ET is I was at school, and this is Dudley Beauty College, and they do books, and um, the director, Miss Betty Clausen, she does a book and she does a live every Thursday morning. And so while I was there, they would do this live every Thursday morning. But the author of the book that they were reading at the time was Miles Monroe. And I don't
Mhm.
know if you ever heard of Miles Monroe.
No, I'm
I
not
hadn't
familiar.
heard of him before then. So I heard somebody say, like in the distance, like, yeah, I was watching Miles Monroe on YouTube like yesterday. I was like, what? He on YouTube? Let me get on there because I don't even know what the man looked like, you know.
Mhm.
So I typed up Miles Monroe and started making a commitment to myself. And that's how I ended up stumbling upon
Eric.
ET.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the thing that I found that was congruent with him, the thing that I found out that was congruent with Miles Monroe, the thing that I found out that was congruent with Jim Rowan, the thing that I found out that was congruent with what's his name? It was one other person. Why can I think of his name and I can picture his face right now? Um, a famous motivational speaker. Anyway, can't think of his name right now. But he said when you want a thing as bad as you want to breathe,
Mhm.
nobody can stop you from achieving that goal.
Yeah.
And so I want a thing. I want my business to succeed. I want to inspire people to better take care of themselves, to relax, rejuvenate, and recharge. I want this thing bad enough for you that my natural love for people when I meet them is for them to take care of themselves. So I want that thing bad enough to the point that I'm not going to stop until it's like a cancer of love until everybody get the bug, until everybody's bitten by this bug that I have, until everybody has been stung by this bee and now they got it. Until it's like a vaccination. It's like a virus. I want everybody to get the virus of love for
Okay.
themselves, and whatever it takes for me to get this word out to them, whatever it takes for me to get them contagious with love, I want to make sure they get that.
Okay. That's
So,
excellent.
yeah, and I was like, I don't care what happened. Oh yeah, they they said, oh yeah, it's lava over there. Okay, cool. We gonna go over here and make sure they love on over here.
Mhm.
we not
Eric,
gonna,
Eric, I watch. I've been watching Eric for a while. I thought he was unique because I would see him and he'd have on like he'd be in front of like he talked a lot of youth or whatever. But I've seen him do talks where he in front of like a bunch of business people, right? And he's standing
mm-hmm,
up there, and he was standing up there with a sweatshirt on with his hoodie. And I
mm-hmm,
and I remember I used to say, like, man, how did that come about, right? And one day, his assistant gave a an answer to it. He said that they had called him one day and told him that they wanted him to show up. They wanted him to do the job, the speech, and I think they wanted to pay him like $5,000 or something, and then they wanted him to dress in a suit.
mm-hmm.
And he thought about it, and he was like, he was just starting off really, and he said, you know what? No, man, I don't want to do it. And they just starting, so it's just like, man, it's $5,000, man. How we gonna walk away from $5,000? He said, man, it's not true to who I am. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it because it ain't true to me. And he walked away from that $5,000. And so he said maybe like a year later, that same group called again. And now when he called Eric a year later, not
The
only
price went up.
$50,000 now.
So you can buy
and,
that
and,
or
I,
you can
and, I,
buy
and, I,
later.
and, and they
What you gonna
okay.
buy?
Yeah, and they know, and now he like, and y'all want my sweater too now, right? They like, yeah, we want everything. However you want to bring it, bring it. And yeah, I say, oh yeah, I got to listen to this guy right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I listen to him, and I mean, when I say he gives you the sauce, and when I say he give you the recipe to the sauce for the free, because a lot of his stuff online is free. Like you could pay for his master classes and stuff like that, but he give you a lot of information for free.
yeah,
And if you and I'm a firm believer, if you haven't implemented the things in your journey in your life that a person is giving you for free, what you paying for it for? Why
yeah,
you go pay for it and waste your time and that person's time when you got to implement the stuff that you are
they
giving for
giving
free?
away.
Yeah,
Like,
they giving this stuff away. If you and I mean, recently I had a cousin. I just want to use this as a like kind of a metaphor for what I'm saying. If you know that you are strapped for cash and you want to get something to eat, and I had a relative say, "Man, cuz I really need some groceries right now." I said, "Oh well, I'm glad that you said something today. Today they give out the free food baskets. I'm gonna go get me one. I grab you one too, and meet you and you can get one." Oh man, cuz I don't do that free food stuff, huh?
right,
How's the
how
how's the
back.
person who don't get it say, "I won't take," and it's a lot of places that give out free food and they give out free good food. I
Right.
mean, you would think that they just dropped this off from like the best like spots in Chicago with the best factories. So
Yeah.
I would not say, if you already know that you've been not showing up for yourself, start showing up for yourself with the free information. And then once you start investing in yourself with that free information, then it's time to go ahead and sit down and pay for a master class, because it doesn't make sense to me for you to pay for a master class when you got to get the basics down. Get the basics down first, and then come sit in their face for the mastering part.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I, I've been using a lot of the information that I've learned from these people for the free. Now it's time for me to start going to the master classes because I've made it a habit. You got to form a daily habit. Something that I also learned from listening to these, and I don't know if you noticed, the thing that you listen to, the first 20 to 30 minutes of your day, whatever you listen to in your ears going into your mind, and that's programming. The first 20 to 30 minutes of the day, it sets the tone for your whole day.
Mhm.
So, with you finding that information out, what do you want the first thing you listen to every day to be?
You want it to be positive, right? You want something positive in your life. You
I
don't
want
want
to
the
be building me up.
yeah, exactly. You don't want the negativity.
Yeah, so I started purposefully listening to manifestation. I started purposefully listening to certain frequencies that's going to help you be positive, that's going to help you, that's going to help heal you. I started purposely listening to motivational speeches or motivational people that speak that the things that need to be spoken into my life. I started listening to those things. And when I say you can track your growth, start journaling or write some
Yeah.
stuff down or take some pictures or stuff like that to show you like your journey. And within a year, 12-month time span, I saw a huge, when I say I saw a caterpillar to a butterfly baby, I saw that's what I saw. I was like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. When I say healthier version of you looks good on you, when I say blessings look good on you, like I'm looking at myself like, ooh, that look good on you. Them blessings look good on you. And it's like now I'm not as weak minded as I was before. Somebody could say something negative to me, and now that changed the course of my day. You
Yeah.
got something negative to say, baby. Okay, cool. You have a great day.
Now, hey, I always tell everybody, anybody who deal with me, Byron included, I do not go for no problems. We ain't go to have no problems. We go have solutions. That's all I'm about. We got to
That's
have solutions. We ain't got no problems, man. We only don't come to me with the problem. Come, we gonna be figuring out a solution.
And that is one of the important traits of a leader. That's one of the important traits of goal setting is making sure that you're coming up with solutions. So now that we identify what the issue is, let's come up with some solutions. Let's come up with some ways to get past this or do something different. So you want to make sure that you solution driven. Being solution driven is gonna change the whole when you start seeing the whole course of your life gonna start changing the things that you get blessed with, the opportunities you have. Because I'm just like that. What's that witch off of well, I can't think of none of these things I'm trying to talk about today. Well,
What
will
was said?
nobody bring me no bad news. I don't want none of that. I don't
Yeah,
want no
no.
bad vibes, no bad news. It's good vibes only over here. It's positivity. It's solution driven. It's manifestation. It's changing your direction and making sure that you are being purposeful about what it is that you want and you go for it.
Yeah,
Whatever it is they say, name it and claim it. If you don't go ahead and put that goal right there in front of you and say, this is what I'm going for. This is what I need. If it's a house, if it's a car, if it's a specific job that you want for the benefits that it has, and that's something you absolutely love doing. I don't believe now that I've worked on myself, I don't believe that you should ever do any job that you don't absolutely love.
yeah. That's why I told you I've been an entrepreneur because I can't. For me, I just it's hard for me to be at a job, right? Because I need my time, I need my freedom, and I want to be making my dreams happen, right? I don't want to be helping nobody else making their dreams happen. But again, entrepreneurship is hard. I tell people that all the time. It's not easy. So you shouldn't take it up if you ain't got a strong backbone because you go have a lot of ups, but you go have a lot of downs.
Yes, yes, and you got to be willing to, as I told my daughter one time. So we make pivots and shifts, and we have certain seasons where certain things are popping. And so we sell we had Juneteenth shirts, and we had the flags, and we sell ices for fundraising, and we sell food, and then we still got the spa services, and we doing massages, and we doing this, and we doing that. So it is and so one time she came to me, she said, "Oh, Mama, you don't need that spa party business no more. We could just sell these flags and shirts," because she saw people purchasing the products.
Right.
And I said, well, business is like surfing. I said, and you have to ride that wave. So
Mhm.
when that wave starts to go down, there's another wave that's going up, and you gotta ride that wave. And then now, as you're going with that wave, you're looking for and those waves that I'm talking about represent seasons.
Mhm.
So depending on like when the wintertime, so we're gonna talk about your business. In the wintertime, heating is the season for heating. So people, that's the wave that you got going on. And
Right.
then once the summertime comes, then you got the wave of cooling. So then
Yeah.
you got pretty much like kind of two seasons that you're doing different, and then maintenance of the units. So I have the same thing. Like at certain seasons, it's gonna be a peak because people going on vacation. They want to get their waxes. They want to get their skincare on point. They want to make sure that they body on point. I'm see a influx of people booking. Then it's like on towards the winter, we put more clothes on. It's cold outside. I'm gonna be snuggled up. I'm gonna be eating all I want to eat because it's the holidays. This and that. I ain't really too much concerned about what I'm doing for myself. Then okay, the new year we get a little bit of a spike, and then it come back down right before it's the spring and going into the summer. So it's like you gotta be able to know what your peak seasons are, and then once you know what your peak seasons are, and then you fill in for those other seasons, you find that other thing that other wave that you can ride that's gonna get you to that next season. That's what business owners have to do. So when people say all these storefronts closing, yes, because there's something called click it, put it in your car, and have it shipped straight to your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody ordering everything online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's getting shipped directly to their house. And with our traveling spa party services, with our spa services, you can actually have us come out to your home and give you your service. if you you visiting Chicago or you visiting whatever city we're in, we can come right to your hotel. We can come right to your event and service you right there. So, yeah.
Right. You got, so what you're describing is being flexible as a entrepreneur, right? You gotta be able to, like you say, pivot and find out where's the next thing at, right? As an entrepreneur, you always got to be looking like what is the next big thing to move the needle forward, So that's
What is
integral.
coming up in my industry? What is coming up in my specialty? So you always want to be, as you said, a student,
Yes,
and you want to make sure that you keeping up with what's trending in your area expertise. What are the new units that they're coming out with, so I can know how to service and repair those.
exactly.
So yeah, all about making sure that we stand on top. So we're saying people are motivated in their professional lives by certain factors, including money, recognition, power, passion, and meaning. So figure out what of those things motivates you. Figure out which one of those motivates you. And one thing that I always say, in order to keep you staying focused on your goals, the first person you should be paying every time you get paid is yourself, because you are the person that made that happen for your family, for your generation, for your household. The first person you want to pay is yourself. So if you want to reach out to me and we can put you a financial plan in place, let's get that done so you can start making sure, if you haven't been, that the first person you pay is yourself. With that being said, if whatever your hot point is, whatever it is that motivates you, money, recognition, power, passion, or meaning, you want to make sure that you reward yourself every time. And I say, you want to celebrate the small victories. I don't care how small or minute you think it is, you celebrate every victory. So you just said, I passed the national, but I ain't passed the state. Guess what? We celebrating, woo! The national, that's a big deal because you got one part of that thing done. So now you're going to go back and you're going to do the state. And I hope you check back in when we're going to celebrate that, because you deserve to be celebrated for every victory, every checkpoint, everything that you get to cross off that to-do list, every goal you get to say, I achieved it, put your star right there. We ain't in kindergarten no more. We don't get no star. Our teacher ain't giving us no suckers and no apples. But we as adults now, we have to start celebrating every victory and make sure that the celebration fits the victory. Make sure
Right.
the celebration fits the goal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to budget and all that stuff in between that, but make sure the celebration matches what you achieved. You got to celebrate. You got to celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader, your biggest customer, and you got to be the one who makes sure that you are okay. Pour into yourself. You have to. It's mandatory. If you don't love you first, then who else gonna love you? You
Yeah. I
want
agree.
somebody else to put up with you and you don't even love yourself? Come on now. Are we
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Thank you so much for coming on. We're going to go ahead and wrap up, but I definitely want to make sure we get your information. Is there anything else you wanted to say to people?
Well, you know what? I want to say something to you. I want to thank you for the opportunity. Uh, like I say, we met prior, right, when we came to do help you out, and I
Yeah.
was like, I know her, and I've been following you on Instagram, and I'm honored, and I'm looking for doing great things and seeing you do great things. So I'll definitely stay in touch.
Thank you, and thank you again. So those of you guys, the information is scrolling across the bottom. This is Rich, co-owner of ASAP Heating and Cooling, installation, maintenance, and repair. Maintenance twice a year, certified, licensed, and insured. I'm
All that.
telling you to come and shop with them, get your needs met. Make sure that if you haven't gotten your checkup for the winter, to make sure your checks and balances, come and get sign up for your checkup. Then when it's time in April, get your checkup for your AC units and make sure everything is in place so we can keep you with your heat in the wintertime and your AC in the summertime. I love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me today on the topic. You didn't have to stay and you did, so I appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you.
I love you guys. Take care.
All right. Bye bye.